What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today, oh man, we've got a true American muscle legend on our hands. Feast your eyes on this absolute road-devouring beast, the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1, presented in a clean and classy white finish that gives this monster a surprisingly elegant presence. While most muscle cars from 1970 screamed for attention with bright colors and loud stripes, this white GSX Stage 1 does something special. It stands tall with attitude, confidence, and that unmistakable Buick engineering swagger. The GSX wasn't just Buick trying to join the muscle car party. No, Buick kicked the door open, walked in with a 455 cubic inch hammer, and dared anyone else to challenge it. Today, I'm taking you through the full experience, the exterior, the interior, the performance that made this legend feared at every stoplight, and of course, what prices look like today. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's dive deep into the white knight of Buick performance, the 1970 GSX Stage 1. Exterior. Now right off the bat, let's talk about that beautiful white exterior. Buick offered the GSX in only two colors from the factory, Saturn Yellow and Apollo White, both with those signature bold black stripes. Our car today is shining bright in Apollo White, and the black striping provides the perfect contrast, outlining the hood scoop, the front fenders, and the trunk lid. It's clean, it's sharp, and it's instantly recognizable even from a distance. Whether you're standing in front of it or looking at it in your rearview mirror, this thing grabs your attention. The front end of the GSX Stage 1 is all attitude. You've got that menacing, slightly recessed grille with the red GSX badge positioned proudly off to the side. The chrome bumper is massive, thick, and just screams 1970s American steel. And every angle looks like it was drawn with a ruler dipped in adrenaline, straight lines, muscle-packed curves, and a stance that means business. Moving along the sides, you really start to appreciate how wide and planted this car looks. The body lines are smooth and clean, but the GSX package adds just the right amount of aggression, the front air dam, the rear spoiler, and those unmistakable GSX decals that stretch across the body. The rally wheels wrapped in period-correct raised white leather tires complete the look, giving it that hot rod-ready posture. Head to the back and the GSX continues to flex. The ducktail spoiler isn't just for show, it adds aerodynamic stability, especially when the massive torque under the hood wants to throw the rear tires into orbit. The taillights are simple yet classy, and that chrome bumper in the rear matches the bold presence up front. Put simply, this car looks fast standing still. It looks fast idling. And it looks fast when you're walking away from it and can feel it staring at you. Interior. Open up the door and step into the interior, and you're greeted by Buick's unique combination of performance and luxury, a rare blend in the muscle car era. Unlike some competitors that offered bare-bones accommodations and stiff bucket seats, the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 gave you comfort with your chaos. Inside the white GSX, the black interior creates a sharp contrast that looks timeless and purposeful. The seats are large, plush, and supportive, with cushioned bolsters that hold you in place without sacrificing comfort. Whether you're cruising or doing a full-throttle pull, the GSX interior feels like a place meant for long drives and serious fun. The dashboard layout is clean and driver-focused. Large, round gauges stand front and center, giving you a clear view of the speedometer, tachometer, and the all-important temperature and oil pressure readings, essential when dealing with a torque monster like the Stage 1. The steering wheel is classic Buick, with a thick rim and the GSX emblem reminding you exactly what kind of machine you're piloting. And let's talk about the special touches, the Hurst shifter on the center console, the wood grain trim, the chrome accents, everything is simple but beautifully executed. Buick didn't go overboard with styling, but what they did choose to include feels premium and balanced. Even the rear seats are spacious enough for passengers, which is not something you can say about every muscle car. Whether you're taking friends along for the ride or just storing gear for a long trip, the GSX's interior is surprisingly practical. And that's something Buick did better than most, create a car that can destroy quarter-mile times but still feel like a luxury cruiser inside. Performance. Alright, time for the part everyone's waiting for, performance. The 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 wasn't just a good performer, it was one of the fastest muscle cars ever built. And in many tests, it outright embarrassed cars like the Hemi, Cuda, Mach 1 Mustang, and even some big block Chevelles. Under the hood sits the legendary 455 Stage 1 V8 engine. This monster pumped out a factory rating of 360 horsepower, but that number was notoriously underrated. The real star of the show? Torque. An earth-shaking 510 lb-ft of torque at just 2,800 revolutions per minute. That made it the highest torque American production car engine ever built at the time. Think about that. In 1970, Buick created a torque figure that modern supercars envy. What does that mean behind the wheel? It means the GSX Stage 1 doesn't just accelerate, it launches. You barely touch the throttle and the whole car squats, roars, and rockets forward like it's trying to outrun its own shadow. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in the mid 5-second range, and the quarter mile was often recorded between 13.3 and 13.8 seconds, numbers that were outrageous for the era, especially considering this car wasn't stripped down or lightweight. The suspension was upgraded too. Buick gave the GSX heavy-duty springs, a rear sway bar, front and rear stabilizers, and power front disc brakes. This wasn't a sloppy straight-line sled, it handled impressively for its size. The steering feels heavy compared to today's cars, but it's responsive and precise for a 1970 muscle machine. And of course, the sound, that deep, chesty rumble from the dual exhausts is pure muscle car music. It's not high-pitched, not shrill, but a thunderous low growl that tells everyone within a quarter mile that something serious is coming down the road. Driving a GSX Stage 1 today is an experience that blends nostalgia with terrifying excitement. It doesn't just accelerate, you feel every pulse of the engine through the floorboards. Every upshift is a celebration. Every press of the gas is like unlocking a vault of torque that never seems to run out. Simply put, the GSX Stage 1 is a legend for a reason. Price and market. So, what does a white 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 cost today? Well, strap in, because just like the car itself, the price is no joke. This isn't a mass-produced muscle car. Buick made only 678 GSX models in 1970, and far fewer of them were genuine Stage 1 examples. Combine rarity, performance, and historical importance, and what you get is a collector car whose value has skyrocketed. A well-restored GSX Stage 1 can easily land between $180,000 and $250,000, and pristine, numbers-matching examples with documented history are pushing $300,000 or more at high-end auctions. Even project cars or incomplete examples, if they are true GSX Stage 1 cars, can command $80,000 to $120,000. In the world of classic muscle cars, the GSX Stage 1 is elite. It's in the same price arena as big-name legends like the Hemi, Cuda, LS6 Chevelle, and Boss 429 Mustang, but with the added twist that Buick made far fewer of them. Investors love them, collectors chase them, and enthusiasts admire them for being the gentleman bruiser of the muscle car era. Because the GSX Stage 1 has such a high torque figure, such rarity, and such a strong reputation, its value continues to climb steadily. This isn't a car you buy casually, this is a car you hunt down, cherish, and keep as a crown jewel in your collection. And that wraps up our full deep dive review of the mighty 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 in gorgeous white. This is one of those cars that doesn't just represent performance, it represents a moment in American automotive history where Buick stepped out of its comfort zone, flexed its engineering muscle, and created a machine that could go head-to-head with the biggest names in Detroit. If you love classic muscle cars, rare collectibles, or anything with insane torque and timeless style, the GSX Stage 1 is a dream car through and through. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment which classic beast you want to see next. Until then, keep the engines roaring and the roads open. See you in the next video.